Have you ever traveled to the same destination more than once and thought your flight felt way shorter the second time around? That happened to me this weekend. If you were flying over the weekend, you may not have been wrong. 3 commercial aircraft in the U.S. at least flew at astounding speeds late Saturday. A Virginia Atlantic flight leaving Virginia, a United Airlines flight leaving New Jersey, and an American Airlines flight leaving Philadelphia, all topped 800 miles per hour. The planes were propelled by near record high winds over the Washington and Baltimore area. To break this all down, let's bring in CBS News senior transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave. Kris, I wasn't on any of those flights. I was coming back from Bogota, but I landed a whole hour earlier than expected. Talk to us about how rare this phenomenon is and why not 1, but 3 commercial flights reached those record-breaking speeds.
Well, I mean, it was just sort of the happy coincidence of timing for the folks on those flights. You know, you had a very fast-moving jet stream, and as those planes were going with those winds, they essentially get a boost. They have a tailwind. That's often you'll notice when you fly east to west, that flight often takes longer than going west to east. That's because the winds tend to flow west to east, and that gives the planes a boost. In this case, it gave them a boost of a couple hundred miles an hour. When you talk about hitting 800 plus miles an hour, that's a supersonic speed, but we're talking about ground speed, not airspeed. Those planes did not actually break the sound barrier, for example. They were flying at their normal cruising speed, but in the air around them, which was also moving at a fast pace, so it pushes them faster. They don't technically break the sound barrier, even though on the ground it looks like they would be moving at a supersonic speed.
I guess the obvious question next is it safe? Just how fast can commercial flights fly without jeopardizing the safety of passengers? And since you explained it so well, I mean, I guess it's the wind is what adds the speed. It's not that the plane is actually flying faster, but is it safe?
Right. So the planes are flying, they were all 787 Dreamliners. Those have a maximum speed of just shy of 700 miles an hour. They were traveling at their normal cruising speed in the air around them. It just happens that the air around them is also moving very quickly, so that pushes their ground speed higher. So they were operating well within their safety margins there. But on the ground, if you were to like sort of clock it on the ground, it looks like they're moving real fast, and in real time they are. But in the air they're traveling in, they're moving at sort of their normal speed. So there's not a safety concern there. And these types of circumstances do happen from time to time. We saw a plane over the Pacific a few months ago hit a ground speed of more than 825 miles an hour. Almost exactly 4 years ago, in February of 2019, another Virgin Atlantic plane took advantage of a tailwind and hit over 800 miles an hour. So it does happen. It just isn't terribly common, but it does not present a safety issue. You wouldn't want, none of those planes are designed to go supersonic speeds. They didn't go supersonic speeds in actual practice. Just the ground speed made it look like they were, if that makes sense.
While talking about flying here, Kris, one thing that might not make passengers as happy as those landing sooner than expected is an increase in the cost of checked bags, or the price of it. American Airlines just became the most expensive in the industry when it comes to checking bags. What's behind that change?
You know, the airline did not lay out a reason for the change. I mean, clearly, airlines collect a lot of money off of bag fees, so American upping it by about $5 a bag, particularly if you show up at the airport, you're going to pay the most. Is notable. It's a move that they haven't made since 2018. It's certainly one that the other airlines are going to watch closely. Because you know, the airline bag checked fees are more or less the same. American now will be about $5 higher than most of their competitors. So it's something to watch. It certainly is an opportunity for that airline to take in more revenue. One thing that they're saying is that they have streamlined some of the ancillary, some of the bigger bag fees. You know, if your bag is 51 pounds, that used to be overweight, and that would subject you to a charge. They're now giving you a 3-pound grace period. So if your bag's 53 pounds or less, it'll count as a 50-pound bag. It won't trigger the overweight fee that it used to. They've consolidated some of the like golf clubs and things like that might have triggered a couple of fees, or now one simple fee. But at the end of the day, this will cost flyers more to check a bag. And you're going to see some critics, including members of Congress, watch this very closely.
Well, for $45, they better not lose them. Kris, thank you.